Wanda Smith and Katt Williams are not names you'd expect to hear in the same headline, but all of that changed back in 2018 when a heated exchange on live radio set the stage for what would become one of the most infamous celebrity showdowns. Today, years later, Wanda Smith is finally breaking her silence and confronting Katt Williams, accusing him of sabotaging her career. But how did a seemingly playful interview turn into a brutal roasting session? And what were the real consequences for Wanda? Let's dive into the details and uncover what really went down. The story starts in September 2018 on the Frank Ski Show on Atlanta's V103 radio station, where Katt Williams was a guest and Wanda Smith was a co-host. What was supposed to be a fun and lighthearted interview quickly turned into an intense verbal battle. The banter between Katt and Wanda began to escalate, leading to one of the most unforgettable roasting sessions in recent memory. But the aftermath wasn't just an on-air spectacle. It became a turning point in Wanda's career, one that she claims derailed her trajectory in radio and comedy. It all began with some playful jabs. Wanda tried to engage Katt in some lighthearted roasting, but as anyone who knows Katt Williams could have predicted, this was a dangerous game. Katt, a seasoned stand-up comedian known for his sharp wit, was quick on his feet and took the roasting to a whole new level. While Wanda may have initiated the banter, Katt swiftly took control of the exchange, landing punchlines that had the radio hosts and listeners in stitches. At one point, the conversation turned to Wanda's cooking skills, with Katt poking fun at her claim to make a really nice broccoli. He sarcastically asked what it takes to make broccoli, noting that it simply involves heating up water. The tone only grew more intense as the two continued to exchange barbs, with Katt delivering one witty retort after another. Whether it was mocking Wanda's fashion sense, commenting on her jewelry, or even referencing her weight, Katt's remarks were relentless. The segment quickly went viral, with many on social media siding with Katt and arguing that Wanda had picked a fight she couldn't win. The general consensus was that trying to roast a professional comedian like Katt Williams was a major misstep. However, while the internet seemed to delight in Wanda's on-air defeat, the fallout for her went far beyond some viral memes and GIFs. That same weekend, tensions flared up again when Katt and Wanda crossed paths at the Atlanta Comedy Theater in Norcross, Georgia. The encounter turned heated, and Wanda's husband, Lamorris Sellers, allegedly got involved to defend his wife. According to reports, Lamorris confronted Katt in the parking lot and brandished a firearm, leading Katt and his companion to flee the scene. Witnesses claimed that Lamorris did indeed pull a gun, though no shots were fired. When police arrived, the situation had de-escalated, but the incident left a lasting impact on the narrative surrounding the confrontation. In the aftermath, Wanda Smith's career seemed to take a nosedive. Despite years of experience in radio and a well-established presence in Atlanta, her on-air humiliation followed by the parking lot incident became a stain on her professional reputation. According to Wanda, what happened during that radio show was no mere exchange of words. She believes it was a deliberate effort by Katt to undermine her career. She claims that the encounter significantly impacted her opportunities in radio and comedy, suggesting that Katt's insults and the viral nature of the exchange contributed to her being viewed as a less serious personality in the industry. Wanda went on to state that the narrative spun by Katt was harmful and misrepresented the situation, causing people to see her in a negative light. For years, Wanda remained relatively quiet about the fallout, but now she's speaking out, revealing that she felt betrayed not just by Katt, but also by others in the industry who didn't step up to defend her. She noted that while roasting and joking are part of the radio game, the way things unfolded crossed a line. She believes the relentless nature of Katt's jabs was intended to diminish her credibility and, in turn, hinder her career prospects. Meanwhile, Katt Williams has continued to enjoy a successful career in comedy. He never publicly apologized for the radio exchange, instead defending his remarks as part of his comedic style. His supporters argue that Wanda simply underestimated his skill as a roaster and got in over her head. But Wanda's supporters point out that this wasn't just a typical comedic exchange. It was an episode that had real consequences for her career. There's also the matter of how the industry treated Wanda post-incident. While some radio hosts who have been involved in controversial exchanges bounce back with little damage, Wanda claims that this wasn't the case for her. She believes the fallout was disproportionately severe, especially considering the heated parking lot confrontation, which only added fuel to the fire. The story gained so much attention that the comedy world and radio industry began to view her as a punchline rather than a serious radio host. In recent interviews, Wanda expressed that she regrets how the whole situation played out, particularly the fact that things escalated to involve her husband. She mentioned that, at the time, her husband was just trying to protect her, but she acknowledged that the situation got out of control and may have hurt her image even more. Wanda insists that what started as an attempt to bring some humor and fun to the show ended up having career-altering consequences. Reflecting on the incident, Wanda shared that if she had known how things would spiral, she would have handled it differently. She expressed frustration at how quickly people were to label her the villain in the situation, when, from her perspective, she was merely trying to engage in some back-and-forth fun on air. According to Wanda, the experience left her wary about working with certain comedians and being put in situations where playful exchanges could quickly turn into viral controversies. While Wanda's side of the story has only recently come to light, many people still remember the incident as a moment when Katt Williams skillfully defended himself against what he perceived as an attack. Yet, for Wanda, the consequences were real, leading her to reassess her approach to the industry and question how easily one moment of humor can be used to derail someone's career. Adding to her frustration, Wanda mentioned how little support she received from her colleagues in radio during the aftermath. Instead of coming to her defense, many distanced themselves, perhaps fearing backlash by association. She felt abandoned by an industry that had once embraced her talent, leaving her to navigate the negative publicity alone. It served as a harsh reminder of how quickly public perception can shift, and how an incident can become a defining moment for a person's career, overshadowing years of hard work and dedication. It's been several years since that infamous showdown, but as Wanda speaks out and shares her truth, it seems the story is far from over. Whether you believe Katt was just doing his job as a comedian or that he went too far, there's no denying that the fallout affected Wanda's career in a way that's hard to ignore. What do you think? Did Katt Williams take it too far, or did Wanda Smith get in over her head? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more of the latest gossip and celebrity drama.